welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the Strange Brew Racing Legends Series. Get our game capture here working. Oh lordy, looks like they're having some fun out there. Alright, first heat race is going to be on deck, although tonight I do believe we are only going to have one heat race tonight. We'll see. That is the way it looks. And starting on the pole tonight, that number 33 of Austin Strang. Outside of him, we got that number 18, Larson Parker, our season champion. He's got this thing all locked up. Row number 2, we got Tom Queering and Dean Qualley. And then Logan McNitt, shotgun on the field this evening. Looks like it's a little foggy out there tonight. Looks like the 18 having some issues with that car. Yeah, Ray, we gotta have shenanigans. Looks like Larson Parker's opting to start dead last, so that's gonna move that outside lane up one. Alright, heat race number 1. Oh, we better get some race car sounds. Or we can just make them ourselves. We've done it before. When you get in your net, Ray. Alright, coming out of turn number 4, we have the 33 and 17 leading us off. We go on green in this league. Hammer down time. Dean Qualley trying to hold strong on that outside. Austin Strang on the bottom. Here comes Tom Queering in third. Dean Qualley getting a strong run down the back straightaway. He's going to pass the 33 on the outside as they entered into turn number 3. I almost wonder if the 33 didn't miss a shift. Austin Strang getting right back to the back bumper. Larson Parker unable to get around the two cars. He's got the 46 and the 60 directly in front of him. Ooh, Tom gets into the wall a little bit. I did run some test laps here myself, and I had a real problem getting loose coming out of the corner. Logan McNitt going up a little bit high. I don't think you want to leave that bottom groove open for Tom. He will take advantage of it as soon as he can. Fastest lap of the race so far was that number 20 or number 60 of Logan McNitt. But he is definitely going to lose a spot to Tom Queering that lap. Up front, Dean Qualley holding on to the lead. Austin Strang in second. Logan McNitt falling back to fourth. Tom Queering in third. Larson Parker finishing way in the back at this point. Might have some mechanical difficulties with that 18 machine. Spark plug wire might have fallen off. It doesn't sound quite right as it passes the stands. Oh, 33, all kinds of loose. That's going to allow the 46 of Tom Queering to take over second, at least momentarily. He's going to hold on to second. Dean Qualley in first, Tom Queering in third, Logan McNitt in fourth, Larson Parker in fifth. Whoa. Sure got nice out all of a sudden. Alright, our starting lineup is going to be where they finished for the heat race. So now we got Dean Qualley and Austin Strang on the front row rematch. Tom Queering and Logan McNitt in second row, and Larson Parker tailback on the field. Alright, we're going to be green next time by. Stafford Motor Speedway, half-mile track, pretty long straightaways. Green flag is in the air. We'll see if that 18 got his spark plug issues fixed. Dean Qualley jumps out to an early lead. Tom Queering's going to follow him through on the bottom. Austin Strang gets trapped up on that high side. Here comes that 18. Ooh, we got some contact. No caution on the field. Dean Qualley in the lead. Larson Parker chasing him down. Tom Queering in a third. McNitt in fourth. Strang in fifth. Looked like there might have been some contact between Strang and Queering, but it was hard to tell from the angle we were at. We can't jump back to it and see what happened there. Find a little better view. Oh, slight contact. Two cars spin simultaneously, but because there's no other cars behind them, the caution did not come out. We got a battle for the lead taking place on lap 4 out of 50. Larson Parker and Dean Qualley. Dean goes up high. He's going to try to do a crossover move, diamonding out that corner. Not gonna work for him. Larson Parker's so strong. Ten laps down, 40 to go. Larson Parker with a fairly good lead over Dean Qualley. You can see how close these guys were running to that outside wall. Tom Quirin currently running in third. Dean Qualley in second. Dean Qualley falling back. Larson Parker stretching his lead out a little bit over Dean Qualley in second. Not much has changed in the last 5-10 laps. Logan McNitt running third, Austin Strang in fourth. These guys are pretty spread out from each other. Tom Quirin running in fourth, 3 seconds behind Dean Qualley. Dean Qualley falling back a little bit every lap. Right now, Larson Parker running 0.2 faster. This, the last 5 laps were showing up on the screen. Ooh, last lap. 0.3 of a second separated the lap times for quali and for Larson Parker. I wouldn't be too shocked if Dean Quali here is trying to save some tires. Looks like Larson Parker's about to come up upon some lap cars of Austin Strang. Ooh, fighting the wheel in that 18 machine coming out of the corner. Fighting the wheel and banging it off the limiter. Unfortunately, Hunter Wellman unable to join us here this evening. Hunter's always good for a show. I think Hunter's motto is, if you can't win the show, be the show. Real loose for the 18 machine, had to chase it up the hill. Austin Strang's gonna move over, let the 18 have the preferred line. I do want to look at something here. Something I noticed in Larson's car. He was running 4th gear. Okay, so was Dean Quali. While I was out there practicing, I was running 5th. Just like that, we are over halfway done with this event. Larson Parker in the 18 machine, not giving up and not looking back. He could coast to victory from here for the championship points battle, but he is a racer at heart and he wants to win every race he's in. Stick around and join us on the Extreme Forces Racing YouTube channel for the FALCONGRAFIX mini stocks following this event. Or you can watch my live in-car camera right here on All the Dirt. I have not been very good in the mini stocks this year, at least not in the asphalt side of things. Oh, the 60 gets up into the wall as he's letting the leader go by. That might actually lose him a position to Austin Strang. If you like what you see here on All the Dirt, please give a like, follow, or subscribe, depending on which platform you're on. We have racing currently 3 nights a week. Monday nights we have the East to West Apparel Company ARCA series. On Tuesday nights, we broadcast the Strange Brew Racing Legends series, and then I drive in the mini stock series following. Wednesday nights we are currently off, and then Thursday nights we're going to be back with a doubleheader action with the Dirt Car series powered by the EFRL, and that is the mini stocks at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the UMP Modifieds at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Logan McNitt trying to get his spot back from Austin Strang. They do have the second place car, Dean Qualley, coming up behind him rather quickly. Side-by-side battle right now for fourth place. Dean Qualley almost looking to make it 3 wide as they enter into turn number 1. This battle for fourth is the closest battle on the racetrack at the moment. Larson Parker has a 6-second lead over Dean Qualley. Dean Qualley has a 7-second lead over Tom Quiring. And then we come back to Strang and McNitt, who are battling for fourth place. Ooh. Oh, 60 seems to be losing a little bit of power. 10 laps to go for the 18 machine of Larson Parker. Started dead last in this one, worked his way up through the field, and now has led the majority of the race. Eight laps to go for Larson Parker, Dean Qualley, and Tom Quiring, your top 3. Haven't had much action on the track to report this race. Once Larson Parker got out in front, he set sail. Six laps to go. Larson Parker continues to expand that lead. Dean Qualley second, Tom Quiring in third, Austin Strang in fourth, Logan McNitt in fifth. Larson Parker dominating tonight. That 18 machine has been fast every week so far, and he's showing why he is the Strange Brew Racing Legends champion for this season. Just dominating here tonight, that number 18 machine. Looks like we are going to go caution free for 50 laps. We had some good side-by-side racing early on. The field got stretched out and Parker set sail in that number 18 machine. Dean Qualley currently running second. Tom Queering in third. If you think you have what it takes to wheel a Legends car, get a hold of Dean Qualley or myself and we can hook you up. New season's going to be starting soon. Last time by for Larson Parker coming out of turn number 4. 18 machine does it one more time. Dean Qualley finishing in second. Tom Queering is going to finish in third. We'll give these boys just a minute to line up for their picture, and then we'll go ahead and get some interviews rocking. Alright, we'll give our drivers just a minute to unbuckle and get up in the broadcast booth. Alright, driver of that number 46 car, we have Mr. Tom Queering finishing in third tonight. How you doing, Tom?
Not bad, yourself?
Oh, not too bad. No cautions tonight. That 18 car starting from last worked his way through the field pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Not one bit.
We were all laughing, talking about, making him start from the pits or sending him to the back or giving him a 1-lap penalty to start the race, but it doesn't seem to have mattered what we would have done to him.
I just don't think we got to make him run backwards while everybody else is going forwards.
I don't even think that would be enough.
That 18 car is pretty unstoppable. It just goes to show why he's the champion this season.
Oh, absolutely. He pretty much had it wrapped up here coming into tonight. He definitely put the bow tie on it nice and pretty for next week, which he says he's not sure he's going to make. So,
well, that 46 car finished in third. The duct tape held together. The burnt rear fender didn't fall off, but you weren't really able to gain on Dean Qualley at all.
No, that weather change going from the practice and the heats into that feature race, I could not get the power down. I was not ready for that, and my car was not set up for it. So those boys, they were better suited to it, and I couldn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, the practice was like really foggy, even for the heat races, foggy, overcast, and then all of a sudden, boom, bright daylight.
Yeah, and when it was foggy, I was actually able to get the power down coming off the corners, but then that sun came out and that track lost a lot of grip. So those boys, they adjusted for it better than I did tonight, and the results showed that.
Well, still another strong finish by the 46 team. You definitely had that thing wound up the best you could.
Yeah, just wish I could have gotten the power down coming out of the corners a little bit better. Kept up there with Dean, or even a late race caution there. See if I think I was kind of holding pace with him a little bit better in that last half, but by that point he'd already had enough of a gap.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations on finishing third. We're going to finish off this season next week. But who would you like to give a shout out to tonight?
Well, Mick, first off, you for broadcasting this. This one must have been a fairly boring broadcast with us all spread out across the track like we were. And from experience, I know how hard it is to call races like that and keep the conversation going, as it were. So you definitely did a great job up there tonight. And I also got Starosta Trucking, DJ's Windows and Aerial Access, and Sutherland Automotive Speedway there on the truck car.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing your broadcast here in about 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
All right, bud. You have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right. Driver of that number 17 car, Mr. Dean Qualley.
How's it going tonight?
Oh, not too bad, sir. How you doing?
Better if I could figure out what the heck Larson's doing differently.
He's going faster.
Well, no doubt. I'd like to know what tire dope he's using.
He's got some good stuff, I'm just saying.
I know. I mean, we're supposed to be on the same team and he doesn't share.
His mama didn't teach him right. But man, you did the best you could trying to hold him off there at the beginning, but he got underneath you, and once he got around you, he was gone.
Oh, yeah, he was gone. I tried to keep up with him, but just couldn't do it.
Yeah, there was no late race caution to bunch everybody back up. Kind of a quiet race. Everybody got stretched out. There was a little bit of a dust up at the beginning between the 60 and the 33, but no caution came out for that one. So you guys kept it lean and green for the whole thing.
Yeah, no, it's a big track for these cars, but they were a handful.
So I noticed you guys were running fourth gear. Now I ran some practice laps here earlier, and I was running fifth gear. You didn't like how the car felt in fifth gear at all, or did you even try it?
To be honest, I didn't even try it.
Okay. I was riding on board with you guys a couple times, and you guys were banging the heck out of that rev limiter at the end of the straightaway.
Oh, yeah, we were using all motor.
Everything she had and then some.
That's right.
Well, bringing home the 17 in second tonight. I'm pretty sure that 18 has now clinched the championship for this season. But you still got a little bit of a battle with Tom Queering right behind you. You did gain a little bit of points, added a little extra cushion. Do you think you got enough to hold him off for the last race?
I'm hoping so, but it's Tom, so I don't know. It'll be a battle to the end.
Where is our last race next week?
It is at Five Flags.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Yep.
Well, congratulations on parking that 17 in second place. Who got you here tonight?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the boys back at Strangebury Race Shop. They put in countless hours on this machine, along with all the other minis or legends that are in there, mini stocks, FALCONGRAFIX, all the dirt, and I'd just like to thank everybody that's part of this. Hopefully, some more cars will show up here for the mini stocks and for the final finales, but. Yeah, and then of course you, Mick, for broadcasting. It's always a pleasure.
All right, well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure putting on such a good show. We will see you back here hopefully in a little bit on the Extreme Forces Racing League. We'll see you back in another podium maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. I got to hold off a hard-charging choo-choo train, if you know what I mean, because he's been, kind of talking me down and telling me I'm going to the hot dog stand, and yeah, it'd be good times.
All right, but we'll see you back here in just a little bit. All right.
Oh,
All right. Larson Parker in that number 18 machine took the challenge, started dead last, worked his way back through the field, and then ran away with it.
yeah, that I figured since there's only 5 cars, I may as well try it and make it interesting. So,
Dean wants to know if you're going to share what kind of tire dope you're using.
that's only on the mini stocks, so I got nothing on these.
So, Asteen, I noticed you guys were running 4th gear. Did you even try running in 5th gear at all?
No, I didn't try 5th gear at all. I didn't touch it through practice or the heats or anything. I knew that 4th gear felt good and it wasn't hitting the chip too hard at least, so I figured that was going to be the way to go in the long run.
Well, you definitely put on a school in here tonight. You were nice and smooth, and once you got out front, you were gone.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised because I figured there'd be a little bigger draft effect at a track like that, just because of how long the straightaways are. But I guess the super flat corners kind of cancel that draft out.
Yeah, but I know I was talking to Tom a little bit, and he said when the weather changed, when we went from the heats to the main, he didn't adjust. He couldn't get the right feel of the car. Couldn't get the power down coming out of the corners. Where you and Dean at least were able to make that adjustment a lot quicker than he was.
Yeah, it's just I have a lot of seat time in these cars. I've ran them for about 3, 4 years on iRacing now, so I kind of got the hang of it. But I can say this is the first time that my right rear has ever been lower than the right front usage. So usually I beat the right front off of it, but this time I had a little bit less tire on the right rear than I did on the right front. So that just shows how slick the track was and how much that right rear was sliding.
Well, you definitely put on a showing here tonight. Congratulations on your win. We'll look forward to seeing you back in the mini stocks here in a little bit. Who do you want to thank tonight?
RKM Setup Shop for keeping me fast and consistent and just working with me throughout the weekly iRacing series, and that's definitely contributed a lot to this league with me. And then Justin Brooks Designs for making sure my cars look good for the upcoming seasons, and you guys for putting on the shows.
Well, thank you very much, and you definitely keep it interesting. We will look forward to seeing you back in the mini stocks on our sister channel, Extreme Forces Racing League, here in just a little bit. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful night, sir.
You too, Mick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We look forward to seeing you back, and hopefully you can watch me race the mini stocks, and we'll see what happens there. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We will see you soon.